Hello. I miss Carla. Happy Thursday. We're going to read a story today and do a craft. And the story that we're going to read is called Donkey Donkey. And it's by Roger DeVoyson. And this book was one of my absolute favorite books to read when I was a kid. I read it a bunch myself. My dad read it to me so many times. And as an adult, I went back in and I read it again, and I was like, you know what? It's a good book. It still holds up. Now, I believe the author, Roger DeVoyson, did the illustrations as well, and they are adorable. This book was originally published in 1940, 80 years ago. I was not alive then. I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, so that's when I was reading this book. But yes, it's a very old book. I'm not sure when this particular copy was made. It was after 1968. That's Donkey Donkey. The craft we're going to do, well, I'll tell you about it after we read the story. But the supplies that you'll need, if you can get them, is a paper plate or another flattish, roundish piece of sturdy cardboard or cardstock or something like that. Some tin foil, aluminum foil, just a little bit of that. Magazines or newspapers, if you've got them, that you have permission to cut apart. And scissors and glue or tape. And that will get you through it. If you have any cool stickers you want to use, you're welcome to. But I tried to do this one with magazine clippings because I figured a lot of people have old magazines at home they might be able to cut apart. And you can get a lot of cool things out of there. All right. Donkey Donkey. Donkey Donkey was a nice little donkey. His ears were just long enough. His belly was white and round as a ball. Donkey Donkey had many very dear friends. Here are some of them. Here are some others. I think the animals are super cute in this story. Pit and Pat, the horses, and Hector the dog were also his friends. Donkey Donkey's master was the kindest man in the village. Donkey Donkey loved thistles for his dinner, and there were a lot of them near the little stream across the meadow. Yet, in spite of all that, Donkey Donkey was not happy. One day he was drinking with Pat at the stream. He saw Pat's head and his own in the water. See how you can see the reflections in the water? It's like a mirror. He thought Pat was so beautiful with his small ears, and he so ridiculous with his long ones, that he became very sad and would not eat any more. Donkey Donkey at last went to see Hector. Hector was very clever. He knew all sorts of tricks. He could tell his right paw from his left paw, and so on. Surely his advice would be good. "You poor donkey," said Hector. "I know what's wrong with you. With your ears up like that, you resemble a sailboat. Keep your ears down, as I do." "See how funny I would look with my ears up? That's it, Donkey. Put them down. Now they look almost as nice as mine, and Pat will be jealous because he can't do that." And Donkey was happy again. He went trotting around the farm like a little colt. But poor Donkey, how his friends laughed when they saw him. "Silly donkey," said Fuzzy Fuzzy the lamb. "Why do you believe what Hector says? There is only one way to wear ears. Look at me. Doesn't everyone say I am pretty? And look at Phoebe the goat. And look at Fanny the cow. And look at the farmer's brother." Do you see how they all put their ears on the side? So many people cannot be wrong, Donkey. Donkey was impressed. He let Fuzzy Fuzzy fix his long ears. "Now," said the lamb, "you are beautiful. Wait, let's fetch a mirror." Donkey agreed that he did look dainty. Naomi the hen said the mirror flattered him, but she had a bad disposition, and of course she would say that. So Donkey went away again, happy, although somewhat doubtful, as you can see by his expression. Does he look doubtful? This is the stable door with a scythe hanging on a big nail, and Donkey just about to enter. He entered as usual, but, unfortunate Donkey, the wicked nail met his ear and pierced it painfully. Donkey was sadder than ever. He cried all night long. It was very unpleasant for his friends. They could not sleep. They were quite angry with him. The next day, Donkey decided to consult Rosa, the mother pig. She was not known to be very clever. She ate and slept so much. But she was a very honest person. Rosa listened attentively to Donkey's grievances. "Let me think," she said, and she closed her eyes to think more deeply. But pigs have slow minds. Donkey waited a long time. He counted up to 100, but Rosa was still thinking. I suspect, in fact, that she just went to sleep. At last, she opened her eyes and said, Donkey, I don't know much about making people look prettier, but I can give you some practical advice. The idea of wearing ears up and down and sideways is all foolishness. When they are up, the wind and rain get in them. When they are down, you can't hear. And when they are sideways, well, you know what happens. But If you keep them in front like mine, then you don't need an umbrella. You laugh at the sun and at the rain, and you can hear well." And Rosa, who had never spoken so much in her life, went to sleep. Donkey tried it at once. He thought it really was a very good idea. 2 days later, there was a lot of wind and rain. Pat caught cold and had the mumps. He had to stay in for a week. He was much ashamed. Donkey did not catch cold. He was delighted, although he felt sorry for Pat, of course. But this is to show the inconvenience of wearing one's ears in front and of being unable to see the sun and other things up in the air. Mr. Jones, the farmer, was painting his house. His ladder, being too old, broke. Mr. Jones fell. He fell on Donkey's head, and they both fell to the ground. And Donkey was very ill. The doctor was called in. He bandaged his wounds. He pulled his tongue. He felt his pulse. He put him on a scale. He listened to his breathing, and then he gave him some bad-tasting medicine with a spoon. Oliver, stop it. Donkey's wounds were soon healed, but he was still unhappy about his ears. Everything he tried had failed. As he was... Oliver, stop it. He's trying to drink my water. As he was brooding over these sad things, Daniel, the little sparrow, perched on the nearby fence. He said, Donkey, silly donkey. You aren't a dog. You aren't a lamb. You aren't a pig. You are a donkey. Keep your ears up as donkeys do. And Daniel flew swiftly away. Donkey was astonished, but he was delighted when a little girl passing by with her father said, "Oh, Daddy, see the pretty little donkey. His ears are so beautiful." And from that day, Donkey kept his ears up. He enjoyed eating thistles again, and he became the happiest of donkeys. And this story is finished. There's some more of the animals. The end. What did you think of that story? Did you like it? I love it. I love that Donkey learns to appreciate himself the way he is. And I like that his friends are trying to help him, even though maybe they're not giving the best advice. Charlie just tried to climb up the bookcase and did not succeed and fell back down. Anyway, I love this story because the story is about loving yourself the way that you are. And the activity that I wanted to do today is also about that. So here's my paper plate. We're going to make what I call the I Love Myself mirror. I had this paper plate with this design, and I glued a piece of tinfoil into the middle. That's the mirror part. And you can see on this piece, it's not that you can see yourself perfectly in here. You can mostly just sort of see a fuzzy reflection. But I thought with the big mirror in the book and them looking into the water and it reflecting their images back, it'd be fun to find something else that reflects pictures back. So the tinfoil has, I don't know if you noticed this, but tinfoil kind of has two different sides. It has a more dull side and a more shiny side. So I used the shiny side facing out because I thought it was a little bit more reflective. And I made it as smooth as I could, even though it still has a few wrinkles in it. And then the next thing you have to do, all we're going to do is we're going to decorate the outside, the frame of the mirror. This paper plate already has beautiful blue circles and squares on it. Oh, I guess they're all squares. They're just sort of soft cornered. If you had a plain paper plate, that'd be fine. But I looked in some magazines, old magazines my mom had. She's always been a fan of these Women's World magazines. And I can't remember what the other one she had was. And there were quite a few cute little things, little pictures that I cut out. On the very front of one of the magazines was this snowflake-shaped cookie with Olaf on the front. And I love Olaf. And I love cookies. I love eating cookies. And I love making cookies and decorating cookies. So this was one thing I picked to represent me and something I like about myself. So I'm just going to use, now I have this cool little thing. It's called crafter's tape. And you just put a bit of it on the back instead of using glue. But glue will work just fine, or even a piece of tape if you have tape. And I'm going to stick it right onto the frame of my mirror as my first decoration. Also, as you may know, just from watching this one video, I have cats. And I love cats. I love my cats and I love all cats. And I found this cute little kitten picture. And it was an ad for something, I can't remember. So, but it was really cute. So I got that, and I'm going to put that on my mirror. See, maybe I'll put it over here. And, oh, another thing I love is puzzles, like crossword puzzles and Sudoku. So I cut out a little bit of the answer part of an old crossword. And I like puzzles. They're entertaining, and they make me feel good about myself because they make me feel smart and like I'm using my brain, even if I don't know all the answers. So that's why I picked puzzles, because it's something that I enjoy, but also something that makes me feel good about myself. There are lots of things that might make you feel good about yourself. It might be a talent that you have. It might be a feature, a physical feature that you like. It might be something you do, a way that you know how to braid your hair, or kind of clothes you like to wear that you feel good in. Could be your skill in sports. Well, if I'd found a baseball, I would have put a baseball picture because I like baseball. And I'm not great at it, but it's something I can do, is, hit a ball with a bat. I also found this bit of a Scrabble game, which is another thing that I like to do for fun, and that makes me feel good about myself because it's like solving a puzzle. Let's see, how about right here? Oh, and here's another picture I found. Oh, wait, I want to put this one on because I don't want to run out of room. This was also on the cover of one of the magazines. Make, bake, and decorate. Which, like I said, I like to make cookies and decorate them. So I'm going to put this whole little phrase on my mirror. Where will it fit? I'm going to see if I can scooch this over. If you planned it out ahead of time, you could have it a nice, maybe some kind of theme. You could do a whole mirror all about one thing you like baking. Or you could make some kind of design or shape. And I thought it was cool how the words are already kind of curved, so they fit nicely along the edge of the mirror. Make, bake, and decorate. Let's see, I have a few more here that I'm going to put on. Another cat. Look at this one. He is wearing silly goggles or sunglasses with jewels on them. This one's kind of big. Maybe I'll just trim off the bottom. It'll just be the top half. It's okay for it to stick out however much you want it to. And I just decided I don't want it to stick out a whole lot in this case. There, see, I trimmed him down a little bit. Where should he go? Over here? Right here between Olaf and the Scrabble game. And I just have a couple more. I have 2 more words I cut out. This one that says laugh, and this one that says kind acts. Laugh is because I like to laugh. And one thing I like about myself is my sense of humor. And kind acts is because I like to do nice things for people. And I do it because I want them to feel good, but it also makes me feel good when I do nice things for people. So it makes me feel good about myself when I do that. So I'm going to put that up here. You know, I didn't plan this out very well, but I kind of like how it turned out. It's pretty well balanced. Got a cat on each side, a puzzle on each side. Olaf over here, and my 2 phrases, and then my longer phrase on the bottom. I also brought some markers. If you have markers or crayons and you want to add a few things, your own drawings, maybe that's one thing you like about yourself is your ability to draw. Or you want to draw something that you like. And I did not see, when I was looking through magazines, I didn't find anything about music. I love to sing and I love to listen to music. I love K-pop and other kinds of music. And I like to sing lots of different kinds of music. So I'm going to draw on the inside here where it's plain. I'm going to draw some music notes. What else? I could draw a heart because I have people who love me and people that I love, and that makes me feel good. What else? I'm going to pick a different color. I like books. Maybe I'll use blue. Maybe I'll draw a little book. Let's see. I didn't practice this ahead of time, so I hope you can tell what it is. It's supposed to be an open book. Oh, you know what? It needs some words on it, and that'll help you know what it is. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. So there is my I like me mirror. And now I can hang it up on my wall or on my fridge, and when I look into it, I just see a blurry splotch that's my face, but I see the important things around the outside edge that remind me how special I am and how much I love myself. And I hope you'll make a mirror like this too. Maybe you could make one for someone you love too. You can make a mirror like this, and instead of putting things about yourself, you could put things about one of your parents or a sibling or your teacher, and then you could give it to them as a gift and say, remember, these are the wonderful things about you, and this is why I love you and why you should love yourself. Wouldn't that be nice? I hope you enjoyed the craft and the book. We will do this again next Thursday at 3:30. Have a good day.